David Davis.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'll try and keep it brief, and I'm going to stick to some extent, procedure. It must be one of the most painful decisions for most of the members of this House, the one that we're taking today. It certainly is for me. And I'm somebody who has changed their position. I'm a believer in the sanctity of life, but I'm also an antagonist to torture and misery at the end of life. And so, accordingly, I'm intending to vote for second reading. And I say to those who've made procedural comments in this, second reading is a point of principle, not a point of conclusion. And I'll come back to that in a second. And I've done that because since the scandal of Dr. Shipman and the murders that he carried out, the behaviour of the health service has changed. And I have witnessed, with constituents in particular, any number of people who have died slowly and in agony beyond the reach of palliative care. And the Honourable Gentleman for Bury St Edmunds, I think, exemplified that brilliantly. But beyond the reach of palliative care. So no matter how well we do this, we cannot fix that problem. Secondly, and I'm going to disagree with my right honourable friend for Hampshire North West, in saying to him, it's not insulting to the other people who've tried this already to critique what they have done. We have the example of a very wide range of outcomes to people who have, other countries that have tried this. And if I thought the outcome, and if I think at third reading, that the outcome we are heading towards is Belgium, I'll vote against. If I think it's Canada, I'll probably vote against. If it's Australia, I'll vote in favour. And that's what the next stage of this process is about. Now, this bill has got, and I'll say to both the sponsors, that it's got a number of areas they know that I think they have to put right. About a dozen, in truth. I'll pick one, because no, I'm afraid not. 5 minutes. Huh? I'll pick one, because it's technical and awkward. Section 4.2, I think it is, of the bill, appears to give doctors the right to initiate this process. But after the DNR scandal during the COVID crisis, I don't want that at any price. I do not want the state initiating this process. So that is a critical thing for me. So I'm making the point really that the decision on second reading is on principle, not on outcome. Now the Honourable Lady has said she's going to work very hard to make committee work, and I'm sure she will, and she may succeed. But I want to say this to the government. I understand perfectly well that they're trying to maintain a route of strict neutrality, but there is a distinction here between neutrality and responsibility. And I think they need to focus on the issue of responsibility. This bill is more important than most of the bills in your manifesto. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's more people in the dog and duck, or there's the Honourable Member Clacton here. He got mobbed over breakfast, people talking about this. More people care about this than they care about most other things we're doing. So it deserves 4 days in report stage, in government time, over the course of several weeks. We don't need a Royal Commission. This House can do this, but it needs to be given the option to do it. So I say to the government, the path of responsibility is give us the time to get this right. And if we get it right, it'll be one of the things we can be proudest of in the coming years until we eventually leave this place. So I reiterate, I want this bill to succeed. It's more important than most bills we handle. It can't be dealt with in 5 hours and a few hours in committee, so I'm going to vote for it today, but I want the government to help me be able to vote for a good bill at the end of this.
Please face the